Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Chromebooks.
Starting at number 5.
Lenovo Chromebook Duet 3. The Lenovo's Duet 3 is a detachable tablet Chromebook for not a lot of money. That's precisely why Mark Kopuk mentioned it was $300 well spent in his review. It got high marks for decent productivity performance, excellent battery life, a surprisingly good display, and the folio kickstand and keyboard it comes with. All of it makes for a very strong value. If you're a student or on a budget, pay attention to that, because it means your money goes further here. Inside the unit is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7C Gen 2 processor and 4GB of system memory, which is reasonable given the price. The 64GB of eMMC flash storage offers space to store photos, documents, and offline files, but Chromebooks also benefit from Google's cloud storage solution and Google Drive. With up to 12 hours on a single charge, you have plenty of power and support to get work done, do some studying, listen to music, watch some media, or do whatever else you want to do on the go. You also get Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5.1, a 5MP user-facing camera for video calls, and an 8MP world or rear-facing camera for high-quality shots. Overall, it's a great little device.
Coming at number 4.
Asus Chromebook Plus EM34 Flip. Anyone who's been reading up on the differences between Chromebooks and laptops might be worried that they're getting an inferior product by steering toward Chromebooks. The Asus Chromebook Plus EM34 Flip demonstrates that this really isn't the case. It's the kind of Chromebook you could mistake for a Windows-based system. A flagship model, it offers phenomenal build quality. Its aluminum shell looks great while also feeling solid in your hands. Even its hinge opens smoothly with one hand and feels solidly reliable. It doesn't even shake when you switch it to clamshell, presentation, tent, or tablet modes, something you're likely to do often thanks to the touchscreen. Reasonably small bezels and an 85% screen-to-body ratio prove useful and enhance the device's good looks. Elsewhere, port options are a little limited with just 2 USB-C 3.1 ports and no Thunderbolt support. The HDMI and USB-A ports help avoid the need for dongles, and there's also a microSD card reader and a 3.5mm audio jack. The keyboard feels great too, with oversized keycaps, 1.2mm of travel, and a snappy feeling while you use it. A wide touchpad further helps with responsiveness. The 14-inch Full HD display is sufficient with decent contrast, although it'll struggle under direct sunlight. It's matched up with some reasonable speakers for all your streaming needs. Performance-wise, AMD processors provide good performance with a minimum of 8GB of RAM and 128GB of SSD storage. This is a Chromebook that can keep up with most of what you're doing. You'll be fine to open plenty of Google Chrome tabs at once, as well as switch between many different apps without an issue. Gaming is pretty smooth too. Depending on what you're doing, you should be able to count on about 10.5 hours of battery life. For the average working day, you should be happy with these results even if it's not quite as impressive as the best Chromebooks. For anyone who needs a more high-end Chromebook, this is a great option.
At number 3.
Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5i. Laptops under $500 are usually pretty flaky and not exactly what you want from a Windows 11 machine. That's why something like the Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5i is perfect if you're willing to switch to Google's world. As with the other Chromebooks here, Lenovo has packed in a processor you'll see on many Windows systems, a 13th generation Intel Core i3 processor. It also has 8GB of RAM, which is a ton given that Chrome OS runs fast on even less memory. Gaming is a reasonable proposition given Intel Iris Xe graphics, and performance for work tasks will be excellent. You'll be able to have a number of Chrome tabs open without suffering here. It'll also work well with Google apps. Similarly, battery life will be respectable, if not amazing. It offers about 6 to 7 hours, which isn't far off a working day if you factor in breaks. Crucially, at this price, it's a fairly respectable figure even if it's not exactly exciting. Its 13.3-inch IPS LED touchscreen display offers a standard 1920 by 1080 resolution. It won't offer the sharpest color quality and it only brightens up to 300 nits, so it's not great for outdoor use. Its upward-firing speakers are similarly fine and nothing more, but again, this is a budget Chromebook. On the plus side, you do get a great typing experience. Keycaps are large with plenty of travel and responsiveness. It's also a backlit keyboard and its touchpad is large, if a little sloppy at tracking. You can always switch over to the touchscreen if that feels more comfortable. For anyone on a tight budget, the Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5i may never truly excite, but it gets the job done. Perhaps best suited for a student, it works well while you're on the move if you don't mind not quite getting a full day's worth of battery life.
Number 2 of my list.
Acer Chromebook Spin 714. If you're looking for a 2-in-1 Chromebook that's also powerful, you need the Acer Chromebook Spin 714. We reviewed the previous model, and the new version just ups the ante. It's also not an overly expensive Chromebook, and it's worth every penny. An all-aluminum chassis reaches near premium laptop levels in terms of build quality, reminding you that you've bought something classy. Impressively, it has Thunderbolt for support, which you don't normally see on Chromebooks, along with the usual selection of USB ports, a full-size HDMI port, and 3.5mm audio jack. It's powered by Intel 13th Gen CPUs with plenty of RAM and storage, making it a very fast Chromebook. The 14-inch display is a 16:10 aspect ratio with a resolution of 1920 by 1200, providing sharp text and images. Acer added an active pen that has its own silo, an improvement from the previous model. Don't count on it being an ideal display for working outdoors under a bright sun, but for everything else, it's good quality with colors that seem natural and not oversaturated. The downside? Speaker quality is a little weak for listening to music, but it's adequate.
And number 1.
HP Dragonfly Pro Chromebook. Chromebooks haven't historically kept up with Windows and macOS laptops in terms of overall innovations and features. But HP set out to change all that with the Dragonfly Pro Chromebook, an expensive machine that serves as the new standard bearer for the platform. First, it's well equipped with Intel 12th Gen CPUs and 16GB of RAM, a lot of memory and power for the lightweight Chrome OS that makes it one of the fastest Chromebooks ever. It's built as well as any premium laptop, and it enjoys an impressive 14.0-inch 1610 display at a high 2560 by 1600 resolution. But then toss in one of the first haptic touchpads on a Chromebook and you're talking real innovation, with extra features that make the haptic engine even more valuable. The display is touch and pen enabled, and HP included a fingerprint reader that's also unusual for Chromebooks. The keyboard even has RGB lighting. The machine supports Chrome OS Enterprise, making it a secure and manageable choice for enterprises, and there's live 24/7 support available directly from the machine for small business users and consumers. Taking everything into consideration, the Dragonfly Pro Chromebook is the best Chrome OS laptop you can buy today.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.